Today we're going to make a Victoria sponge cake. I want you to remember about your health and safety when you're using the oven. Again, tie your hair up, get your apron on, get your work area prepared. So I've got my Victoria sponge tin ready. I've lined it. So when I lined it, I folded my sides down a little bit and then just cut into them. So it actually helps you to sit it into the pan easier, which is really difficult to show you one-handed, but you can see underneath my middle bit there. Right, so I've got 2 eggs, I've beaten them in a dish. I've got 4 ounces of self-raising flour, 4 ounces of caster sugar, I've got my sieve, and in my mixing bowl I've got 4 ounces of very soft butter. I've just left it to go soft. So now I'm going to combine my mixture by first adding my sugar to my butter. Just with your wooden spoon, you're going to mix your sugar into your butter. This is what we call the creaming method. So it's going to take me a few minutes just to do that, and I need 2 hands, so we'll come back to it in a second. See, I've combined my sugar with my butter and it's gone a slightly lighter colour. It will go lighter as you're beating it, and if you can get it beaten and light as possible, it will make it the best sponge cake. So the more you beat it at this stage, the better your sponge cake will be. So now we have to combine our eggs. So you need to add a little of your beaten egg at a time. You don't want it to separate. If it does slightly separate, you can add a little bit of flour as well as you go along. But just a little bit of your eggs at a time, and you want to beat them in. You will need 2 hands because you'll need to hold onto the bowl, because as you can see mine's sort of spinning around. So I'm going to add a little bit more egg and just keep working it in. Thought yesterday's demo was hard. This seems to be actually harder one-handed. Just work it all in together. I'm going to add some more egg and then give it another beat to combine it, and we'll come back to it before I put the flour in. With my sugar and butter creamed mixture, I'm now going to sieve in my plain flour, just a little at a time, and I'm going to fold it in. I think my washer's just taken off in the background. So just gently fold your flour in. Don't want to overbeat it here because you don't want to lose any sort of air, knock that air out of your mixture. So gently fold it in and just keep adding a little bit of flour at a time, just sieving it in. So we'll come back to that in a second. Ready to put into my baking tin. I've actually doing quite a deep cake, so I'm doing 2 4-ounce mixtures of each. If you wanted to, you could do a 6 ounce, so 3 eggs and 6 ounces of self-raising, 6 ounces of caster and 6 ounces of butter, and then you could divide it into 2 tins, 2 Victoria sandwich tins, 7-inch tins. You could divide this mixture into 2, it'll just not be as deep. I'm making quite a deep cake today, so I've done actually 2 lots of mixtures. Normally I would add vanilla essence as well, but I haven't got any and I'm not going shopping, obviously, so just for vanilla essence, it would be an unnecessary journey for me to take today, so I haven't added any. After my cakes are ready and they're cooled down, I'm going to show you how to make a buttercream filling. Mixture into your tin, pop it in the oven, gas mark 3 or 170 for about 20 minutes. I use half unsalted butter to the amount of icing sugar that I'm going to put in. So today I've got 10 ounces of icing sugar and I've got 5 ounces of butter. So I'm going to cream my butter first. I find it really the best thing to do, just leave it out of the fridge butter for a while so it's nice and soft, otherwise it's really hard work. And you won't get it smooth when you add your icing sugar. So remember, you need to sieve your icing sugar in, because otherwise you'll get lumps in it, just like you did with your cake. So I'm going to put my sieve over. I'm going to add some of my icing sugar. And I'm just going to sieve some in. Ooh, I've got the kitchen window open so you can see that's blowing everywhere. And I'm going to mix it together. Again, I would normally add vanilla essence, but unfortunately, as I said, I haven't got any. But I have got a lime. You could grate zest of a lime in, you could orange in, you could add some cocoa powder to make it a butter icing. Completely up to you what you want to put in the middle of your cake. I'm just going to put butter icing, and I'm going to put some strawberry jam in as well. So we're just going to keep adding a little bit of icing at a time, sieve it in, and just cream it with your butter. Ooh. It's not easy one-handed, so I'm going to leave you for a minute and we'll come back to this, because I need to give it a bit more work. So your buttercream should be a nice creamy consistent, all mixed together. When cake's ready, it should be light golden brown. Mine is probably a bit darker than yours will be, just because my agate is, as I said, quite hot. And you should be able to push a sponge in the middle and it should just rise back up again. It shouldn't sink. So now I'm going to tip it out, put it onto my cooling tray to cool down. So now I've got my base of my sponge cake. I'm going to put my cream and my jam on this, and then I'm going to put my top onto it. My cakes have cooled. I've got jam on one, I've got buttercream on the other, and I'm just going to sandwich them together. Victoria sandwich. Got them together. I'm just going to put a little bit of my leftover buttercream. I'm going to pop it onto the top of the cake, and I'm going to just use a little palette knife, and I'm going to spread it on. There's my finished cake. I just popped a fresh strawberry on the top, which I fanned out using a knife just for a little bit of decoration. You could use this recipe to make individual little cupcakes. It's up to you what you want to make, but have a go, see how you get on.